Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Planescape Torment. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the Civic Fest Hall, nice and rested, with this backdrop of amazing Baroque soundtrack. Really cool. I really like the soundtrack over here. It does get a little bit in the way of some of the themes that have been aborted? Ah, well, whatever. Touched on, I suppose you could go with that. Touched on here in this place. But we're currently, well, basically robbing everything. Ooh, sensates. Well, I guess it's normal that there would be sensates over here. Hi. Well. Oh, it's fine. The game is just loading. I just now started the. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's not fine. No, it is. It's just weird. Don't worry. Yeah, I just loaded the game now, so it does this sometimes. You guys have seen this happen. I don't know. I don't think this is because of my computer. I hope it's not, because it's terrible if it is. Because it would mean another SSD that has failed me. Or just probably a memory corruption, but well, whatever. I think it is the game. Somebody else has told me in the comments that they have a similar issue with their game. It's just usually when I start up the game. Anyway, so yeah, let's continue looking around. Ooh, this door is locked. I will need a key. Will I now? Will I now need a key? Ooh, the mechanism that operates this door does not have a conventional lock. Many things are written after that in a very fast disappearing tooltip. It's good. We have other things to see, and I'm still looking for. Actually, I'm not still looking. I came here because I expected the quest for the. Wait a minute. So, yeah, Merrymen. Yes. So Merryman's quest. I'm trying to establish a string of thought over here. So we have a quest in the warehouse of slating industrial laborers or whatever that is. It's not like that. That involves this guy, but this guy wants to forget, right? Let's have a chat with him. Merriman squints up at you. Well, have you something that will wipe my mind of these accursed memories? Yes. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. But I don't. That's a shame. We need something that... Oh, that's bad. So I hypothesized that maybe I could use the... what's the name of her... What's her name? There was a lady that basically removed all our wishes. Maybe this guy's over here. Yeah, there was a lady that removed the wishes that we told her that we wanted. And maybe he could go there and tell her, oh, I want to forget. And then he wouldn't want to forget anymore. But then again, that would be the solution for a lot of quests if I start thinking about that. So yeah, there was somebody else that had a wish that they couldn't get out. They couldn't get rid of. Was a drunk in the outside, so I need to go there and see if that one in particular can go anywhere. Let's have a chat with Death's Advocate, which is interesting because it's not the Devil's Advocate, it's the Death's Advocate. Sigillians, welcome! Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. Why did you say darks? Oh, because Morte is gonna complain. Darks, give me a break, he says. We're really not going to listen to this rattletrap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate shits that have never had the pleasurous sensations of tasting the fiery passion of a skull's lips. Well, a skull doesn't have lips, but sure. He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. He does have eyebrows, so what do I know? Let's ignore him and keep listening. He begins speaking with a somber tone, does Death's Advocate. Death, he says, it is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Morte whispers, beginning for more suffering, he says. Yeah, let's nod to him quietly. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer plane shall welcome you to their breasts. There, a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you there. That's for sure, said Morte. I'm gonna continue nodding to him. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill toward your fellow bloods, perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden morning, soft sunlight that caress. Excuse the hiccup. And he sighs dreamily. And eternal boredom, says Morte. Well, I'm gonna just continue nodding. Perhaps you lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red Scarcity, the plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Morte whispers, looks like we know where we both are going to end up when we die. Do we? But, I suppose. I mean, nah, I'm good. I don't know. Let's not continue nodding. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth, and perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow men, laying others low and doing as you pleased without a care for who or what you hurt. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Baator, or the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss, that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded, he whispers dramatically, Blood War. And that's if you're lucky, says Morte. No matter where you go, know this, you shall be embarking on a new life, my Sigillians. Morte whispers, and that's supposed to be an incentive? Oh, well, we get to do this all again? Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over it again. Hey, pike him. What a tard. Spoken just like someone who hasn't tried, or who hasn't died before, eh? Okay. You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory or your past life, your soul goal, if you will. He smiles at his own humor. It is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or ideally, one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners. To accomplish this goal, you, and he claps his hands together for emphasis, must hold to your ideals. Who does this? Who's this? Oh, I'm remembering. There's a really funny clip, or funny sketch, I suppose, by, who's his name? It's a famous comedian that does this sort of, just, does a parody of this. I think it's not Louis C.K., it's another one. I don't know his name, though. But, yeah, it's a famous comedian that does this, I'm just remembering. Anyway, Morty whispers, oh, this one, big steaming load? What? The ideals? Yeah, your ideals. Good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. It is a glorious existence, my Sigillians. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that awaits you after this life. What wash, says Morte. He says it aloud. Is he saying it aloud all the time? No, well, this one is... The speaker's head turns to face Morte, frowning slightly. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. A question? A question from one of the leaving, perhaps. Morte ducks below the lecturer's field of view, then turns to you and whispers, Go ahead, Chief, tell him the dark of it. Yeah, I have a question. He indicates to you for you to continue. So what's a petitioner? A petitioner is what you become when you arrive on this new plane after you have died. As a petitioner, you forsake memory and past life, focusing solely on your new one. And the goal of this new one is... And he waits for a response from you with a smile. Can I not? Can I not? I don't like this. Yeah, answer your own question, don't presume to test me. Remain in ignorance there. Yeah, sure, whatever. Right. Can a petitioner die? He looks slightly uncomfortable at this. Well, yes. What happens when they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, you merge with the plane. What if the petitioner dies on a plane other than their home plane? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, then that is the end of life. But No petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. He looks around, realizing he's in a trap. To do so would, be oblivion should they die, really. What? He's just going all over the place, okay. How can they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, through any of the normal means, really. Great, another death, says Morty. Sign me up. There is laughter from the audience. The speaker looks angry. Okay, well, I thought I could capitalize on the connection I was getting there from the audience, but that's fine. Why do petitioners lose their memories? He raises an eyebrow. Many pardons? What? Well, I said, why do petitioners lose their memories when they die? Oh, wait a minute. Is this related to me? And the reason why I lose my could be. He looks uncomfortable. Oh, well, you know, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? I do. The audience murmurs. Ooh, the audience, The audience is not really falling for him. The speaker smirks. Looking at you, sir, I cannot begin to wonder why. The audience chuckles. Okay. So why do they lose their memories? He frowns, begins to say something, then stops. After a moment, he continues, choosing his words carefully. I imagine that it is because you must start afresh. Your petitioner's soul pure when you arrive on your new plane. And why should you have to do that when all your life experiences have determined what plane you end up on? Yeah, well, that's a very good point. I guess we're pursuing a particular argument against... Well, not against, but I guess just not criticizing even. Just, it's not even an argument, it's just really... we're pursuing a particular line of thought regarding this whole situation that is more to do with the reason as to why it is, rather than anything else. I would, myself, Colonel RPG here, I would probably sooner question the perception that we have of this process. More in regards to do with the question of how much of an effect your soul actually has on your character. And we see this, actually, I think there's a few stories that tell of this. And actually, well, just think of Baldur's Gate, the story of Baldur's Gate. Your soul, I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically, the soul of your character is quite clearly not your character, and not just your character. There's a few characters that goes as well, Imoen in particular. Basically, there's a very clear distinction between what your character is, what your persona is, and what your soul is. So those are two different things. So if our soul goes somewhere, it doesn't mean we go anywhere, especially because we lose our memories. So whatever remains is not really us. And I'm talking this completely in-world, because if it is real life, then that wouldn't even be a question. It'd be me making an argument as to why this is all a bunch of just reanimated things, or whatever the soul is. So for me, if you want to value the soul as part of you, you really need to keep your memories, otherwise it's just a new thing. It's a new you, as it were. But yeah, we've kind of talked about this, but yeah, let's go with this one. Determined to play. Yeah, let's ask that. He looks very uncomfortable. Well, I don't know. Well, that's an answer. I'm gonna be a little bit of a jerk here. I wouldn't say this. I think you just admitting you don't know is a springboard for more things, and not just a dead end. I think it's very noble of him to just say he doesn't know. It accepts that. The problem is, if he doesn't know this, why didn't... First, there's two problems there. Why hasn't he questioned him? Why hasn't he questioned that himself? Excuse me. Especially considering that he knows a lot about this. And secondly, how did he come to the other conclusions regarding all the other stuff without having a fundamental basic on why you lose your memories? Maybe there's no reason why you lose your memories, because that's also a thing. I mean, you just do. That's what it is. But I'm gonna be a little bit of a jerk and just push him and just say that's no answer. He becomes slightly angry. Do you have a better answer, my friend? Perhaps one you can share. The audience turns to face you. I don't remember where or when, but I seem to recall having heard that memories drift on the astral plane as memory cores. Really? I don't remember where or when either, but I don't think we heard this. An audience member shouts, "He's right!" The speaker turns to face the audience member. Eh? Well, perhaps he is. Well then, the question becomes, is a lifetime of memories more important than living life again? Huh. What kind of question is that? Oh, wait a minute, this might be directly related to the guy that to the guy that to Merriman. Who's saying right now? Maybe it's not Merriman over here. It would be funny if he just snuck into the room and is like, I don't think all that. Okay, so if this is a direct parallel to what Merriman is going through, let's try and make it be a direct parallel. I'm pretty sure it's going to be, because, you know, using different themes does... from a writing perspective, you probably want to keep the same theme. So let's see, is a lifetime of memories more important? So the lifetime of memories is what he has right now. Merriman has that. And then living life again would be him losing his memories. And I think that is the same theme. This also applies to the whole soul, the souls of things. So basically, a lifetime of memories would be the memories that they lost. And in this case, they are actually a thing, which is the memory cores. Or living life again would be the petitioners. So are the memories more important than the petitioners? I'm gonna say yes, it is. Even though I don't actually... me personally, Kernel RPG, I don't believe that. I'm gonna just choose this for gameplay reasons, but I don't believe that. I think this is a very complex question, and I don't know what would be the answer, and just whoever chooses... you know, it's very complex. I wouldn't put one above the other, especially because memories can be fabricated. Leaving life again, I mean, it's such a complex matter, because the past and the future... I think I said this last episode as well. Man, we're just going around the same subjects, so that's the reason. Life in the future, or the past and the future, don't actually exist. Those are not things. There's no past and there's no future. There's only memories of the past. There's only deductions we can make out of the things that we have in the present. Of just, oh, look at this. This rock is all broken up. It must have fallen, or something like that. So that's kind of that's the memories of the past. And the future is just a hope. So it's very complex. I don't want to... I'm not trying to erase the value of the past or the future. I'm just saying that this is such a complex question. But I'm gonna decide this based on my character. He says angrily, "Then it's simple enough. Don't die, friend." The audience chuckles. By the way, apparently we could have... there's a guy that wants to... a girl that wants to kill me. I am gonna let her kill me, because apparently it's fine if we die every once in a while. But then don't die. Yeah, isn't that the point? Isn't that the point? Because you're death's advocate. I think he's doing a straw man over here. I think he's doing a straw man over here, because this is basically a straw man that tells more about, well, as all straw men do, they tell more about his own biases and his own opinions more than anything else, because he's very, very much advocating for you just to die, because that's where you just do your thing. Who cares about the memories? You're gonna lose them anyway. Just go somewhere else and just do other things. And it's interesting that he doesn't know why you lose your memories. But this straw man, as many straw men, although it does depend on how you act towards them, but as many straw men, this straw man just ends up being an argument in favor of what I was saying. Yes, don't die. Thank you for making my point. And because it doesn't make a point. That's what straw men are supposed to be. No points. What determines which plane you go when you die? Your alignment, of course. Good people have... Where do you see that? I don't have a Pip-Boy. Anyway, good people are destined... Oh, he's talking. Good people are destined for the upper planes, and bad people are cast into the lower planes. Let's just gloss over the whole complete nonsense of this, because this is actually nonsense, but it's supposed to be in lore. Good and bad and all that. Yeah. He rolls his eyes, clasping his hands to his heart dramatically. May the powers have mercy on their souls. And what about neutral people? He raises an eyebrow. An excellent question. Excellent. Oh, what? Hjorns. What is that? What is that word? Okay, that word is read Hjorn. That's how it's pronounced. It's still a late medieval French word that got translated wrongly in an old book to Dutch, and then the Dutch said it with a German accent, so it's Hjorn. He Hjorns to the audience, raising a finger. The answer is this. A spirit that has lived a life of complete neutrality with no leanings towards good or evil becomes a petitioner on the Outlands, the lands that encircle Sigil. They are destined for no plane except the lands that lie right outside our sky, and of which the Spire is a part of. Is a part. Yeah. Okay, so that sounds simple enough. I think that's what we heard as well before. What if someone can die? He laughs. Nonsense! Everybody dies, friend. Even gods die. Yeah, but suppose that someone can't die. Well then, based on what I've said, he would never reach the Outer Planes and never become a petitioner. Okay. Well, let's not tell him I can die, because he's probably gonna try to kill me or something. No, because, I don't know. Why would he... just to see if I couldn't die? That's not what I meant, though. He wanted to kill me because I would be an abomination based on his worldview. Maybe. I don't know. Explain alignment to me. Are we gonna be able to ask this? Oh, no, we're not. Forgive me if I did not explain myself for all my listeners. Alignment is your spiritual leanings, good or evil, law or chaos. Alignment is the way you behave, and it is of consequence. The way you approach life decides your destination when you die. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm really against that. From a world-building perspective, I just think it limits the storytelling way too much. But, you know, it's the world. It's the world that Dungeons & Dragons up to version 4 was? I think apparently the newer versions, they kind of shy away a little bit from that. So the Dustmen say that this life is where we end up when we die. Oh, yeah, because they are... Yeah. The speaker chuckles derisively. Some members of the audience chuckle as well. There are countless petitioners, my friend. Dustmen among them. Who would disagree with Dustmen? Philosophy. What? What do you mean philosophy? You can just use that as a trump card? That's not a thing? What did he mean? What does he mean by that? I don't understand this guy. This guy has a lot of... it's a lot of... what's the word? Fallacies, I suppose. Well, a few. Anyway. Prove what you say is true. Eh? The lecturer looks taken aback. And how might I do that? Well, die. Here. Now. The audience becomes silent, feeling the pressure. The speaker slowly, swallows slightly. Well now, he smirks suddenly. If you go first, I shall do so. The audience chuckles. Okay. Agreed. Very well. The speaker's face is stoned for a moment, then it brightens. Come up to the stage, my friend. He turns to the audience, smiling. A rare treat, Sigillians. Today, and today only, and this is really good that we didn't tell him we could die, we shall have a live demonstration of how we become a petitioner. Well, I'm gonna kill myself. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back. By the powers. Your turn. Hey, the audience watches in morbid fascination. Well now. Kill yourself. Well, actually, the bluff here... This is really tricky. The bluff is, in my opinion, the same as... well, the bluff is only related to this last bit. So that's the problem, right there. I'm actually killing him by this choice. And I can choose not to do it. So I'll just go full on with it and just roleplay it to the fullest. Yeah, kill yourself or I'll do it. He gulps. Now he offers weakly. Hey, I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. So this great new life on the Outer Planes may not be all it's supposed to be? The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but he's afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not. He glances quickly at the audience. Well, certainly not now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I kind of wanted to do that, but I didn't mean to kill him, to be honest. I just didn't think that the bluff would mean anything, because I was forcing him to kill himself, and that's not a thing you should do, because that's like killing them, except with words. And you'll see this time and again in history and stuff. So, tell me about the Blood War. Have you not heard of this? Oh, clueless one. The war between the Oh, you shouldn't call me... Oh, yeah, whatever. That's actually an in-world thing. The war between the Batazu and Tanari. I do not have the centuries it would take to describe this conflict. Seek out another, for that is not what this lecture is about. Okay. I wanted to ask about one of the planes you mentioned. Oh, which? The Abyss. A plane of over 600 layers of festering chaos and evil, home to the fiendish Denari. He gestures dramatically. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Yeah, I think we know all about those, or we have read all about those. This is about Bator. 9 regimented plane of... planes, I suppose? Of lawful evil. Home to the fiendish Batazu. Sign a contract with them, and you'll be wrapped in their chains of intrigue for life. Okay. What about Carceri? Oh, that's the prison, yeah. It even goes to the name in Mount Celestia over here. A plane of eternal good and faith. He clasps his hands together in prayer. Where Davis fly the skies, archons rule with honor and nobility, the very model of goodness. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Yeah, the very model of goodness. Never mind, no questions. If there are no more questions, okay, I'm gonna get ready to leave. He looks eager to wrap things up. Then I shall end this session. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, so, tell all your friends. Yeah, I'm gonna stop listening.
Alright.
That spell's being cast down here, don't worry. I do wonder if I can tell Merriman about that guy, because he wants to forget, but he doesn't actually want to die. Let's see. No, I can't do anything there. It's kind of a, that's a bummer. We still need to go over there, but we still need over here. But, again, 2 buts in the same sentence, we are out of time for the day. So, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Planescape Torment. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!